Hey friends! In today's video I am going to show you how I make my cheddar jalapeno sourdough bread. This version of this bread was actually inspired by a viewer. So thank you so much for sending in the suggestion. They wrote in the comments that they made my cheesy sourdough bread with pickled jalapenos, and I thought that sounded awesome. So let's just get on into it. So it is currently 11:16 in the morning, and I am getting ready to start my cheddar jalapeno sourdough loaf. So I need to feed my starter. So to do that, can you see how much I have in here? That's better. A little bit more than half full. I'm gonna dump out a good amount of it. And yes, I fully know that I don't have to dump my starter down the sink. But I have no other plans for it today, so that's just what I do sometimes. Sometimes I'll make muffins or pancakes or something like that, but I have a bunch of other things to do today, so unfortunately today I did just dump it in the sink, and I'm sorry if that upsets you. I'm going to measure out like 125 grams of water. $133 grams of water. And since it's 133 grams of water, this is spelt flour, and that's just regular all-purpose flour. I'm gonna do 40 grams of this spelt flour, and then the rest all-purpose. Okay, so now this is all mixed and ready to get nice and bubbly. Since it's later than I should have done this, it's 11:22. I'm gonna show you a little trick. I'm not sure how well known this is, but since I want this to ferment a little bit faster than it normally would just sitting on the counter, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the light in my oven. And I'm just going to place my starter in there. Oven is not on, as you can see, just the light is on. And what this will do is make it just a little bit warm in there, like warmer than it would be out here because it's closed and there's a light on, and the light generates a little bit of heat. Similar to like if you touch a light bulb, it'll feel warm. But hopefully this will be ready by like 2 or 3 so I can move forward and have it ferment overnight. This is a little bit of a longer process compared to my regular sourdough loaf and my sourdough sandwich loaf, but it really needs that extra folding process for the mix-ins and all of that stuff. I promise it's worth it, but this is definitely like more of a weekend project. Also, I'm sorry if I'm speaking in kind of a weird tone. Sam is actually sleeping right now. He's been working nights, so I'm trying to be a little bit quieter in hopes that I don't wake him up. Okay friends, it is much later now. It's 4:25. And we're gonna check on my starter, which has been in here for, oh my, a while. And it's definitely grown quite a bit. Oh yeah, it is like right at the top. Looks like perfect timing. So I am going to get going with mixing this dough. Okay, so this is the same exact recipe that I've posted previously. I'll link the video, I think it's here. So we need 150 grams of our bubbly starter. So if you remember, we mixed this at like 11:30 and it's 4:30 now. So this is 5 hours fermentation in that nice warm oven. 280 grams of filtered water. Now 500 grams of unbleached all-purpose. Now I'm gonna mix this up until it's fully combined. Just with my hands, I'm gonna wash them again. So now this is gonna sit covered with the plate for 1 hour. Okay, so it's been an hour. Now it's time to add our salt. So we need 12 grams of salt. I'm using Redmond's real salt. I actually have a discount code for this. It's just Poppy15. If you want 15% off their whole site, they have salt, seasonings, electrolyte packs. They have a lot of stuff that I really love. So we're just gonna add 12 grams of salt. And I'm gonna pinch it in, and then fold to combine. Okay, now we're gonna cover again, let this rest for another hour, and then we're gonna come back and do some coil folds. Okay, it's been an hour, and now we're gonna do our first set of coil folds. You can do it in the bowl like this, or I've seen lots of other sourdough friends, they kind of like slap and fold, which is kind of fun, kind of like a nice stress reliever. This is gonna sit for 1 more hour. We're gonna do that again. Sit for another hour, and then we'll add the stuff. So it's been another hour. As you can see, it's now dark outside. I am going to prepare the mix-ins. So I've got about 6 ounces of cheese here and a rather large jalapeno. This is my first time ever doing this kind of mix-in. It's actually inspired by one of my viewers. I am just gonna try to get the middle with all the seeds out as best I can because I want to slice the jalapeno in rounds because I think that'll look really nice. I'm not gonna try to be a hero and cut all of this up. Now I'm just gonna chunk up the cheese. I'm gonna do some bigger, chunkier pieces, some thinner pieces, just to have a nice variety. Also, I always forget that when I'm making this cheddar loaf, I always mean to get like an orange cheddar cheese just because you can see it better like in the final result, but I never remember. Yeah, if you're gonna make this, I would suggest maybe trying it with a orange cheddar because I think that would look really nice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dough, my clean counter work surface, and I'm just gonna spread it out until it resembles something like a rectangle or a square. Because we did all of those coil folds, this dough is quite elastic. So it can stand to be stretched like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and start adding our mix-ins. Fold in this side. That side. Do some more in the middle. And go ahead and roll it up. Now I am going to take it and kind of form it into a round ball like so by pulling the roll towards me. Just kind of sealing everything up in the middle. And now it's all ready for our banneton. And I actually have a real banneton now, so that's what I'm going to use. You are more than welcome to use just a bowl with a floured towel in it if that's what you have. That's what I used for a very long time. I am just gonna add some extra brown rice flour just to ensure that it doesn't stick. And flip it into my hand, pop it in the banneton, put the trusty plate over the top again, and this is gonna go into the fridge overnight. And I will see you in the morning. Hello, good morning, and please excuse the glare on my glasses. It is 9:30 in the morning, and I'm gonna take my bread out of the fridge. That's what she looks like today. We already got some signs of fermentation with the bubbles. A couple of the peppers have popped through a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna let this come to room temperature for 3 hours. Okay, so now it is 12:15. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my oven and put my Dutch oven in there to preheat. So I'm gonna set the oven to 475. Now it's time to turn out the dough. So I'm just gonna place my parchment over the top of the banneton evenly. Plate on top and flip it over. And now I'm gonna get my preheated Dutch oven out of the oven. I'm gonna take my little lom or scoring tool. You can also use a sharpened paring knife for this. And just give a nice slash. Place the dough in the preheated Dutch oven and put it in the oven for 25 minutes with the lid on. It's been 25 minutes. I am going to remove the lid and lower the heat. Actually, I'll lower the heat first. So it's at 475 right now. And I'm going to lower it to 450. And I'm gonna set my timer for 10 more minutes. And then we'll see how it looks. It's been about 20 minutes since I took it out of the oven. It's still warm, but I can handle it fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it open. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Good structure, good distribution of the fillings. I am super pleased with how this came out. That is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.